Hello, my name is Crafters, and welcome to another episode on the BrokeRock server. Today, we are starting things off at the newly built cactus farm, or rather the collection system, or rather the temporary collection system that we have for the cactus farm. Bam, look at that. This is only about 4 hours of AFKing, and this is not even half of the farm. We have only built 14 layers. You can see it just trickling in. But I want to try and build it all the way up to build limit today. But we are not going to do that first. First off, we're going to head over to the shopping district, and we are going to place an order in SpiderWeb Ninja's shop. Now, she has a shop, as you might know, for building these balloons that look like heads, and they're really cool. And I thought that maybe I would build my nether portal in one of those. I think it would look pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and leave an order with her. And hopefully by next episode, if she's built it by then, we can connect up our nether portal to the nether hub. Okay, we are now in the shopping district. And Jax is there. Let's go see. It's temporarily not taking orders except Mike D. Mike D. Yeah, like I'm in the Beastie Boys. What on earth is this? Have I been pranked? What's going on here? Could it possibly be? No. Someone... Is that a shop? You are on the right path, my friend. Oh, I don't think this person is a friend of mine at all. Have you ever tried bouncing? It's fun. Yeah, I have tried bouncing. My goodness. That is one derpy slime ball. Just a couple of steps to go. Oh my goodness. It's a shop. One stack, only one diamond. Well, he's already sold one. Who is this? Is this voided? Because I know he was working on a slime farm. Well, we're gonna have to rethink the prices of our shop. Because now we don't have a monopoly anymore. Well, never mind, I guess, because look at the profit we've made so far. 34 diamonds in the last 2 weeks. I haven't needed to go mining for quite some time now. Okay, so welcome to Hot Airheads Shop, owned and operated by Hot Airheads Association, aka HaHa, licensed and accredited builder, SpiderWeb Ninja. Each hot air head balloon is thoughtfully designed and crafted using the highest quality materials. Price 15 diamonds for each hot air head ordered. Payment due within 24 hours after the hot air head balloon is finished. We've actually agreed on a different price. I'm actually going to be paying a little bit more because I have some special orders for her. Choose whose head you have choose whose head to have designed. It's gonna be mine, of course, so Boba Fett. Yours, a friend's head, or a pet's head, or a bounty hunter's head. Ordering process. Find the order book, type the date, your gamer tag, whose head you want designed, coordinate location of balloon, follow directions in the order books. Send Discord DM to SpiderWeb Ninja that you ordered. When your order is complete, you will be notified. Payment is expected within 24 hours of notification. HaHa and its affiliates and builders are not liable if your friend doesn't like the surprise you ordered. So I'm guessing a lot of people order these as pranks. So they must be keeping her busy. But you are solely responsible for the removal of the hot air balloon if they request it be removed. That's not going to happen. Choose your location wisely. No refunds, exchanges, or replacements if your balloon is destroyed by mobs or your friend. All sales are final. Yes, you must pay even if your friend destroys or dislikes the gesture of having a balloon within sight within the 24 hours after a balloon is built. When you place an order in the order book, you are agreeing to all the terms herein. Goodness, this is a long list of terms and conditions. I usually skip through those, but hey, let's leave an order. Okay, so it's time to work on the cactus farm, and like I said, I want to build it all the way up to build limit. I don't know if I'm going to finish it today, but I definitely want to at least gather most of the resources. So we're going to go ahead and gather up a whole bunch of sand, and then we're going to smelt up a whole bunch of cobblestone to turn it into stone, because the walls are mostly going to be out of stone. I mean, I might not fill them all in today. I at least want to get the farm in before I get all the cosmetics done. So I'm going to go ahead and start mining out the sand first, and I think that would be nice as a time lapse. So for this time lapse, I decided to do a bit of a Q&A because I haven't done those in the year that I've had this channel. So I figured it'd be a good way to see what my viewers want to know about me, any questions they had. I asked on Discord, I asked on Twitter, I asked on Facebook, and I got a few interesting questions. Starting with GinerousGaming sent me a question saying, where do you see yourself in 3 years? If I'm being realistic, probably YouTube will be half of my income while still maintaining a part-time job where I work at now. If I'm being optimistic, hosting Minecon Earth with Ricky Gervais. Etimine asks, what made you decide to start doing YouTube? So I actually, that's kind of a duplicate question. I have someone else who asked the same one, so I'm going to treat them a little bit differently. I'm going to treat this one as if he's asking, what led to me wanting to do YouTube? And then I'll treat the other one as if it's what is the single event that made you actually begin. I know it sounds complicated, but let me get to the first question. I guess I've always had the YouTube bug ever since it came out in 2005. I've been watching people post their videos ever since it came out, and it has been my main source of entertainment for over a decade now. So I guess I've always wanted to do something on YouTube just because I always knew how easy it was compared to other projects that I was interested in, filmmaking, for example, music making. It just seemed a lot more accessible. So I've always wanted to do it. But I guess watching Hermitcraft a lot made me decide that this is something that I can actually do. It's feasible and it's totally possible, as it wasn't just a dream of mine. So I guess watching Hermitcraft actually made me want to actually start. Next question, FizzCannon asks, will you name your firstborn Lucas? No. Then Mustang Girl, she has a few questions for me. How did you get started playing Minecraft? Well, my cousin played this game, and this was about I want to say 2011, 2012. So the game was new as far as official release was concerned, and he was playing this game a lot, and he kept trying to get me to play it, and I really didn't want to, because from an outsider's perspective, even the people who love Minecraft would have to agree that there's not a lot of incentive to start playing the game. Especially when, whenever you ask what it's about, people just say, well, there really is no one right answer. So it's not exactly a tempting game to start playing to begin with, especially someone who was used to, at that point, to just shooters and, just playing Call of Duty and Portal and that kind of stuff. Nothing blocky, nothing that remotely looked like it could be for kids. So yeah, I didn't want to try it, but he kept persisting. He kept saying, please, play with me. So eventually I caved in. I said, all right, I'll start playing with you. And at first I hated it. I hated the first hour or so. Maybe heck, the first 2 or 3 hours. But then something miraculous happened and I started to enjoy myself. And fast forward a few years later, 2019, and now I have a YouTube channel and I'm pretty much a Minecraft expert. Well, maybe not an expert, but I know a lot. Well, her next question, of course, I just answered, but it says, how long have you been playing? Again, since about 2011. The problem is, though, that that's when I started playing, but I actually took a few years of a gap before I started playing again. So I want to say I started playing 2011. I played for about a year, maybe a year and a half, and then I stopped, and then back again in around about, I want to say, the end of 2016, maybe the beginning of 2016. That's probably when I started playing again. So it was quite a long gap between, but I did manage to catch up. Her other question, of course, was what got you started doing YouTube, which I've already answered, but I'm going to kind of go over it again because there was, Hermitcraft made me definitely want me do it. But the thing that made me say, okay, I'm greenlighting this project and I'm going to start, as soon as I get the opportunity, was when I got a gift from my dad. I got an Amazon gift card, and I decided to spend that on some software that I needed to start up the channel. So some editing software and my capture card eventually. So that's what got me started. And she also asks, what's your most favorite build you have done so far? Now this actually, if it's considering just one build, I've actually already done a video on this before, and it was the very first video that I uploaded to the channel called My 3 Favorite Creations, because I was using that video to apply to the MrPapaya realm, which required you to showcase 3 of some of your favorite builds. Now, 2 of those builds are no longer in my top 3 anymore, but the first one still is, and it is not yet even finished. And I'm hoping, if I get enough help, I'm hoping to build this on BrokeRock eventually. It's a very endgame item. Not item, what am I saying? It's a very endgame type of build. It's a minigame, and it's very expensive and very complicated. Lots of redstone, lots of mobs, lots of different aspects to it, lots of rules, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to build it unless I have help and unless I am quite wealthy on the server. So I'm going to leave a link in the description of that video so you can go ahead and check out that build, and I'm also going to probably have an info card up right now. Next up, Dr. Jan Cyan asks, would you like to buy some slime? Okay, so I'm not exactly salty that you built a shop undercutting me right above my shop, but I'm going to answer your question with a question. Have you ever picked up your teeth with broken fingers? Okay, so all the sand is collected, and now what I'm doing is I'm smelting the cobblestone to turn it into stone, because that's going to be our main building block for this thing. I'm not exactly sure what the pattern is going to be or the theme. I'm going to maybe try and work it on creative before I start building, but I know we're going to need a lot and a lot of it. And I have a whole bunch more smelted all the way down there in the shulker box. And yeah, after this is done, we're going to go ahead and start building it. Okay, so we're making some progress here. We've built a whole bunch of platforms. Now, I haven't filled anything in because I figured it'd be easier to just do everything at once when it comes to platforms and then the sand, etc. But the main throttle with building this last time was not having enough materials. So now that I've gathered everything, the only thing that really I was low on was the birch. So I built a temporary tree farm right there, although it seems like one of the trees has generated sideways. So that's funny. But also I've slept recently because I don't want to get knocked off of this by phantoms and die. I don't know if you're gonna believe this or not, but this was the first time I slept in probably about 3 weeks. I was gathering up all my phantom membranes there, and there was guaranteed a pack of phantoms above me every time I went out to the open. But now we've gathered enough, so hopefully we should be fine. So with this being as tall as it is, I've realized that it's going to be a real pain in the neck to decorate this because we're going to need a lot of materials. The rule of square means that basically that just the walls of these things are going to take up pretty much almost as much as all of this as well. And these are just slabs, not blocks. And we don't have sideways slabs for me to save on materials. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this up today in this episode, and then instead of just building up a whole wall, I'm just going to build the bare minimum in order for the water to be able to move in the correct direction, and then later on throughout the season, I might decorate this. Hello! We have found her. We have found SpiderWeb Ninja, who is now going to start building on the balloon that our nether portal is going to be built in. But first I gotta actually take her to my place because we had a bit of a confusion as to where we were. She's right behind me. And we're gonna need to grab a boat. This nether hub, by the way, is looking amazing. And I have some ideas for next episode on working on it. But let's go ahead and grab a boat. She's here. Lovely. And she should be... Oh. Stuck. Oh, there we go. No. Let's get that back. There we go. Am I completely stuck? I don't know what's going on here. All right. I'll see you guys later when we figure this out. Okay, so I'm pretty much done here with this cactus farm. I'm not going to add the cactus yet because I really don't need that much at the moment. And I'm not going to build it all the way up to build limit in this episode because at this point really it would be a waste of time. The update isn't out yet, and I think that I first should see if this cactus is enough to give me enough XP first before I decide to go all the way up to limit. Don't want to do nothing that is really redundant. But in the time that it took me to do this, guess what happened? SpiderWeb Ninja has paid me a visit and built this beautiful thing. Let's have a look. Haha, it's amazing. Ooh, looking beautiful. God, I love the detail. I love how she's used, was it nether brick? For the red outline. Whoops, a little bit of a lag spike there. Let's get a better view. Yeah, this is amazing. We're gonna have fun going in and out of this thing. Anyway, that is gonna do it for this episode of MikedCrafters. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like, and don't forget to hit that bell.